Every day I launch from the same beach and have a different experience. It's endless adventure. That's what kiting is to me. It's endless adventure. It's the unknown. You go out, I run the same course, the same track every single day, and I come back and it's new. It's something different, and I'm looking forward to the next day. A little nippy today, man. But you have to be comfortable being in the water. The sport can go very quickly from this sense of complete comfort and exhilaration and peace into one of total vulnerability and distress. I'll just get my stuff loaded up. I should be leaving in like 10 minutes. I got back into the sport many years later, called up a friend, asking him what windsurfing gear I should get. And he said, nobody windsurfs anymore, man. Everybody's kiting. And so I got a kite and, I took some lessons, a bunch of lessons, and just slowly progressed through, learning how to kite. One day with him, I said, I don't know, Chip, what do you think? It seems small, it seems manageable, it seems safe until it isn't. And then you realize how small you are out there, and how big the forces are, and how prepared you have to be mentally and physically just to get home. With my daughter, she hasn't had that experience yet, right? For her, it's still all wonderful. She just sails out into the bay. She has that invincibility of youth.
I started kiteboarding because my dad introduced me to it. He was a big advocate for it, so he got me and my brother to take lessons. We used to have skiing where we'd go up all the time. When he taught me to ski, he'd always give me M&Ms for every time I fell, because he said, if you're not falling, you're not learning. Because he just wanted me to push myself. He wanted me to understand the learning process and know that making mistakes is okay, and that once you make it, you have to keep trying. I started kite surfing around 4 years ago, but I didn't really get into it until the beginning of quarantine because I had all this time to go kiteboarding. So my dad and I would just go 2 straight weeks every single day until I finally got up. Sometimes I feel guilty because sometimes when we have one kite broken, that means only one of us can go out, but it's always going to be me. And when I come back, if the wind's still up, he'll go out. But he prioritizes my kiting over his, partly because he goes every day and I don't go every day. So it means more to me when I do get to go. But also because I think he genuinely enjoys seeing me pursue my passion. I'm his daughter, so he just wants to see me excel, and especially if it's something that he loves too, because he knows how I feel when I'm out there. He knows this is how she's feeling. She's having the most amazing time. I think he also feels better that he gets to really, he's the one that helped me get out there. That means a lot to me, that he thinks, or that he prioritizes my kiting over his. So just everything around it was just a really positive experience. Even if I didn't have the best kiting day, or even if I didn't get out, I would still want to go the next day because he was such a positive influence.
But But it's very difficult to say, Flora, like, don't go out today. It's a little dicey outside. And then what you see your dad do, go straight out, so she'll follow me. It's nerve-wracking. It's sort of like a metaphor for parenting, which is you have to strike that balance between managing the risks, mitigating the risks, and educating them about that, but letting them take the risk, because that's what makes life interesting, is fun, is pushing a boundary and doing something new and different. That was awesome. But it took me a long time to get comfortable with her launching her kite, knowing what I've been dragged across parking lots, I've seen really bad things, and every time she launches her kite, there is definitely a little bit of, if it's gusty or punchy or something like that, there's a little bit of like, oh my God, that's my little girl.
When I got there, everybody had before quarantine, he commuted to work every day, and I went to school. And so we didn't really see each other that much. Not that we didn't, but just that it was like vacations or weekends when we would spend time with each other. But over quarantine, he was home and I was home. And so I would take the Zoom calls for school on my phone at the beach. And then right when class ended, I would just hang up and then go out. And he would take his calls in between kiting sessions. Like we were just like working at the beach. The fact that now we had all this time and we could spend it together on this thing that we both love, it just helped our relationship evolve in that sense, just spending quality time together, and also that we had this new sport where he could, again, go through the same process that he did when I was little, which is just helping me get over the hump of learning, and pushing me towards pushing myself. My dad described it as a playground. Like, the whole bay is just my playground.